also a flourish with checks that has nothing to do with verifying checks, has nothing to do with betting. It has to do with just looking good. And let's go to 10 checks and then 2 stacks of 5, and I'm going to do what's called shuffle the checks with one hand, and you see how they're interlaced every other check. Watch it again. And the checks actually get interlaced every other check. Now, you'll see some roulette dealers who can do an entire stack of checks. I don't want you to try that. I want you to start off with 4 checks. You can drop cut them if you want. Oops, sorry. Drop cut them if you want. And then drop cut them into 2, side by side. Here's the position that you're going to use to do the check shuffle, shuffling checks. The thumb and baby finger are actually on the outsides of the piles. The index finger and ring finger are controlling both stacks, one each stack. And the middle finger, the ring finger, the middle finger is actually the one that's going to do the work. And you lift up and let one check from either side drop, and then what happens is, like a house of cards, they start collapsing on each other. And the feeling should be very slightly lifting and very slightly pushing the checks together. Very slight though. And once you get to where you can shuffle 2 checks, actually 4 checks, 2 into 2, then you can add 2 more checks. But you'll practice this for a long time till you can get them to fall, and you'll notice that once they start to fall, if you've hit the correct angle, they just sort of fall into each other. And then add 2 more checks and try 3 into 3. And it's the same feel. And it's almost as if you're pushing together and lifting, almost massaging the sides of the checks as you move up. And they interlace. By the way, don't let this become a poker tell. A lot of poker dealers, when they have a good hand and they want you to think that they're relaxed, will start shuffling their checks. And what do you know? If you're a student of human nature, you know that if I'm shuffling checks, you better get out, because that means I have the cards. So, but let's not talk about poker strategy. Once you've been able to do, are able to do 3 checks, then you, of course, move up to 4. And you're shuffling the checks. And once you've done 4, you can move to 5. And so on all the way up, and that's check cutting.